Hello and welcome to Japan. It has the 10th largest population with 128 million people living there. Its capital city is Tokyo and it's one of the most technologically advanced countries in the world. This documentary is concentrating on the more fun things in Japan, and that's their festivals. Starting off right at the beginning of the year, and our first festival is for the New Year. New Year is one of the most celebrated holidays in Japan. For the first few days of the New Year, the streets are empty, TV is dull, shops are closed, and lots of people try to go abroad. If you decide to stay in Japan though, you could always visit our local Shinto shrine. Many people go there to listen to the 108 rings of the bell, for they believe that this dispels 108 sins of the human condition. Some large Japanese department stores have New Year's decorations. A typical decoration is 3 bamboo poles decorated with flowers and pines. Some of the displays consist of sweet black beans that cost 2,000 yen for a small tub, shrimp on sticks, baked fish, sweet jams and various fried foods. The first festival after the New Year is the stage in Nohai. The festival is for all the women who have just become legal adults at the age of 20. Families will buy a kimono for their daughter. The kimono can cost anywhere up to 1,000,000 yen. The legal young ladies would go for their local Shinto shrine to pray for health, success and money. The Japanese like to celebrate Valentine's Day too, but it isn't quite the same. In Japan, the girls give the boys chocolates. This is uniquely Japanese characteristic of giving girichoku, giving chocolate to the men they dislike, namely the boss. Giru means obligation, but in Japan it is a deep sense of long-term commitment. The Hinamatsuri is a doll festival and it takes place on March 3rd. Its origins go back to China, which had the custom of making a doll for the transferal of bad luck and impurities from the person, and then putting the doll in a river and forever ridding oneself of them. Most displays consist of just a prince and princess, but the more elaborate displays include the dolls being part of a 5 or 7 hour display. Traditionally, many parents or grandparents will begin their first display for their daughter when she is just a year old, but some families have passed their dolls down from generation to generation, with their bride carrying their dolls with them to their new home. The coming of the cherry blossoms. Sakura is one of the happiest events in Japan. It heralds the coming of spring. They have a deep cultural significance since they fall on the ground and disappear in only a few weeks, which echoes the cultural belief in short. Every city park with lots of sakura trees will be jammed with people, and finding a spot to sit down may be impossible. The Shichi-go-san is one of the more unique Japanese festivals. Boys who are 3 and 5 and girls who are 3 and 7 are taken to the Shinto shrine, often in their first kimono, and the parents would pray for their continuing good health and prosperity. Before the 20th century, Japan had a high mortality rate, and they often blamed death on evil spirits, so they would thank gods that their children were still alive. You might think in a country that's 99% non-Christian that Christmas would just blow on by, and you'd never even realise it. But no, the Japanese department stores will be brightly decorated for Christmas, and the streets are decorated too. Christmas in Japan has nothing to do with religion at all. Exchanging gifts is a well-recognised cultural trait. Christmas in Japan is more than anything a time to take an important date out to dinner, and for some even to book an expensive hotel room for the night. December the 25th is a work day in Japan. There are quite a few parties though, and it's at these parties to drink away their past year's problems. People also take this time to write January the 1st cards and to give chocolate to the loved ones. Should you ever feel the need to visit Japan, make it around the time of the festivals, where the country's cultural background and fascinating history is on show for all to see.